Hello students, I was discussing about the plant biotechnology and introduction of the recombinant DNA or our target DNA into the plant cell. So how to make the transformation and how to actually insert a particular DNA into the plant cell, and in order to do that we need the vectors, and the problem is in case of plant I explained in the last class. So cell wall is one major kind of inhibition. The second thing is that insertion into a particular chromosome in the plant is again a problematic issue. So in order to solve that, people look for all the varieties of options which is going to be possible, which can be possibly used for transfer of DNA into the plant system. So one of the discovery is the Agrobacterium tumefaciens. So this particular organism, a bacteria which is going to be a soil dwelling bacteria, infects a plant and causes a disease called crown gall disease. This happens because this particular bacteria is going to have a DNA, it is going to possess a episomal plasmid structure. This particular plasmid called as Ti plasmid. So this Ti plasmid is having the DNA called tDNA, which can transfer itself into the plant and into the plant chromosome and get into the plant nuclei and get inserted itself into the chromosome of the plant and started producing the cytokinins. So cytokinin like substances which makes the cell, the plant cell, the infected plant cells to multiply rapidly and develop into a gall like structures. That's why people call it as the crown gall disease. And this particular crown gall tumor, which is supposed to be seen in case of plants which has got infected with Agrobacterium, and particularly this gall is seen in the plant stem just above the ground level. So how exactly this bacteria enters into the plant cell, and why does it actually enters? It is going to enter into the plant cell because whenever a plant is going to get injured, means due to the wear and tear or something, so if the plant body is going to get injured at the means the part which actually interacts with the soil, so then this bacteria is going to infect the plant. So this infection is mainly happens because the plants started secreting from their injured part. They secrete some phenolic substances like aristosyringone and hydroxyacetosyringone. So this acetosyringone and hydroxyacetosyringone, so these molecules are the very important molecules which actually acts as a chemotactic substances which attracts the bacterium so present within the soil, and thereby the bacteria is going to look into the source and starts traveling and then infects the particular plant. And once it infects the plant, then it will transfer its DNA and develops the crown gall. So when people actually started studying this particular organism, they found about this Ti plasmid, and this particular Ti plasmid has some genes which are called as virulence gene, so which causes the virulence, means it actually it makes the plant to infect the it makes the bacteria to infect the plant cell, and this vir gene is located about 35 kilobase per region of the Ti plasmid that lies outside the tDNA regions. So this is the structure of the Ti plasmid. So this particular Ti plasmid is found to have a specific region called as tDNA, also called as transfer DNA, followed by there is opine catabolism, genes for opine catabolism. There is origin of replication for multiplication in case of bacteria, and also it has the virulence gene necessary for infection. So if you look into the tDNA portion, this tDNA is found to have two regions, two ends. One is called as right border end, another one is called as left border end. From the left border end, we can see there is auxins followed by cytokinins, then opine and right border. So auxins and cytokinins, they are the genes are which are responsible for the production of enzymes which involves in synthesis of auxin like or cytokinin like molecules, which actually induces the multiplication of the plant tissue or plant cells. Whereas this opine gene is involved in synthesis of two different opine molecules which act as a source of nitrogen and carbon in case of bacteria, for the bacteria which has infected the plant cell. So there are nopalin and octopine, and this right and left border is going to have a specific sequence which will help us in identifying the part of the DNA which is actually acting as a tDNA. So out of this whenever a transfer of tDNA takes place from bacteria into the plant cell, so it will transfer with whole of this particular portion. So in the Vir gene, people have found there are about 25 Vir genes arranged in 7 different operons, and these Vir genes are essential for the transfer and integration of the tDNA region into the plant genome. So this tDNA is transferred as a linear single-stranded DNA molecule from the TA plasmid and enters into the plant cell, and eventually becomes integrated into the plant chromosomal DNA. The 5' end of the single-stranded tDNA carries right border region and left border region, which I just told you, and this is actually has an 25 base pairs of inverted repeat. So people have found that mainly during the transfer of tDNA molecule, so it is found the right border is having an important role and decides the part which is going to enter, and the left border is found has means it decides the border, but in terms of transfer it is not found to have much of the role. So if you get into this tDNA, auxins genes were IAM and IAH are being found, and IAM codes for the enzyme called tryptophan oxygenase, whereas IAH codes for indole 3 acetamide hydrolase required for synthesis of the auxins, and cytokinins it carries the region means for TMR gene, also known as IPT gene, so which helps in the synthesis of a protein called isopentenyl transferase, which is going to be playing an important role in regulation of the committed step of cytokinin synthesis, and it synthesizes the transzeatin and transribosyl zeatin. Now other gene which is going to be found in case of the tDNA is opine metabolism or opine synthesizing gene. So here there are two opines, actopine and nopalines. They are the condensation product of arginine and pyruvic acid, that is octopine, and arginine and alpha ketoglutarate is found in alpha glutaraldehyde is found in case of nopaline. So these opines are going to be a very important source of carbon and nitrogen for the bacteria, and they are synthesized within the crown gall and then get secreted. So these genes which is required for synthesizing of opines is on the TA plasmid and it's a part of tDNA. So TA plasmids, so then people started exploiting this particular property of TA plasmid and started using it as a vector. But as such, TA plasmid, when people try to use it, so it has found that there are some limitations for TA plasmid directly to be used as a vector system because of the production of phytohormones in case of mature plants, and TA plasmids are large because they have a size by themselves as 200 to 800 kilobase pairs. So in order to put a gene into the plasmid, we need to remove the non-essential portions. And because TA plasmid does not replicate within E. coli, the convenience of perpetuating or manipulating the TA plasmid again becomes limited, because for everything we have to depend on agrobacterium only, whereas growing the bacteria is not going to be easier compared to the TA E. coli. And then transfer of tDNA again, which begins from the right border region, does not always ends exactly at the left border region. Again, that poses limitations. And also the absence of the marker gene within this particular organism, like kanamycin or neomycin genes, are also again made use of the TA plasmid directly not of much use. So due to these limitations, which made people to think for deriving the vectors out of the natural TA plasmids. Another kind of thing is that in order to do that, the origin of DNA replication that allows the plasmid to replicate in equally, and in some vectors in the origin of replication of tumefactions are also been added. Then right border sequences of tDNA, people have used right and left border both, and then they inserted a polylinker or a multiple cloning site to facilitate insertion of the DNA into the tDNA. Then a killer gene encoding toxin downstream of the left border to prevent the unwanted vector past vector DNA past the left border region, so being incorporated into the transgenic plants. So if this incorporation occurs, then automatically it is found that the plant cell will get die off because of the presence of the killer gene. Now this is the vector which people actually derived from the TA plasmids. There are two varieties of vectors people have actually derived. One is the binary vector, having ability to multiply in both E. coli as well as agrobacterium. So you can see there is NPT, and they have neomycin phosphotransferase gene for resistance, then multiple cloning site of flag Z, followed by that they have right and left border region, then origin of replication for E. coli as well as for agrobacterium, both were used here. So this particular vector was used for the transfer of gene into the the target DNA into the tDNA portions, and also found that it can be easily transferred into the bacterial cell, as well as into the plant cell. Then another type of vector people actually derived is co-integrate vector. So the co-integrate vector is a cloning vector, has a plant selectable marker gene and a target gene, the right border region in E. coli origin of DNA replication, and a bacterial selectable marker. So what actually people have done is, in case of this co-integrate vector system, they have used they have used like two different vector systems were constructed, one carrying the virulence gene followed by right and left border and the PBR322 portion. Another they have portion having ampicillin resistance and multiple cloning site. Another portion, another gene which another vector they have designed is with the PBR322 portion, then kanamycin resistance gene and neomycin resistance gene with the foreign gene. Now both were actually introduced into the same bacterial host. When they both are inserted into the same bacterial host, they are subjected for the homologous recombination, and that homologous recombination has brought has developed, that is when the co-integrate vector combines with the modified disarmed TA plasmid, so which lacked the tumor producing genes, then that leads to the formation of a co-integrate vector, a recombinant vector carrying the gene of interest, virulence gene, all the other required portions. So this is how people actually developed the vector system, disarmed TI vector plus the intermediate vector, they combine together to form a cointegrate vector by the homologous recombination between the PBRT22 fragments. So I'll stop here. So I'll continue with the another slide in order to explain. So what are the limitations of TI plasmid and other things. Thank you.